I went and bought a gun. I thought once about shooting myself. I mean, it's hard to deal with. And plus I bought a gun because I didn't know really what happened. Who was going to come to my door knocking, because I'd heard that people had him killed because he robbed them with drugs. So I didn't know what, and it's hard every day. It don't get no easier.
No. You miss him and you're scared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Yeah.
Welcome to Creepalachia. We have another somber episode today, but I'm also very grateful to meet a wonderful mother of the hills, Joann Blackburn-Plumley. Thank you
Nice
for joining
to meet
us. Yeah, thank you for being here. And Michael Blackburn.
Yes.
Which is Joann's son.
Yes.
And we're here to talk about Wes. So for those who may not know, Wes essentially went missing in, when was it? 2020?
In November the 25th, 2018.
Yep, 2018. And we're going to talk about him. The case is still technically open, and it's kind of ran cold. It's not technically cold, but there hasn't been any updates in a while.
No, there hasn't been any updates in a long time.
Yeah. So let's talk about you all first. So give me some background, Joann. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mingo County, a place called Pye, West Virginia. A lot of people may not know where that's at, but it's on the map. I grew up there. I moved to Oceana around 82, I think. And I did go to a couple of states to live for a few months, but then came back to Oceana. So I lived in Oceana most of my life.
Pye, West Virginia?
Pye,
Is that
West
P-I-E?
P-I-E in Mingo County.
I love it. I've never been there.
Yes.
Oh, how cool. So where'd you go? Gilbert? Or where'd you go to high school?
I went to Gilbert for a little while, then we moved and I went to Mayone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. What about you, Michael?
I grew up in Oceana pretty much my whole life. Graduated from Oceana High School.
Pre-West Side.
Yeah, before West Side, yes.
Yeah, so eventually West Side became Baileysville.
Baileysville and Oceana.
In Oceana, yeah. See, I was pre-Riverview, which was Yeager and Big Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they combined after I left high school. And you are Wes's brother.
Wes's brother, yep.
Yeah. How many siblings are there? Is there just
There's
Michael?
just two, Michael
Just
and
me
Wes.
Gotcha. So you had two boys running around causing havoc.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell me about like the early days, and you're the older brother, correct? Yeah. Okay. So when did you first find out you were expecting?
Oh, actually, I had Michael when I was 17. And a few months later, after I had him, I got pregnant with Wesley, and I had him time I was 18. So time I was 18, I had two boys, and it's been life. It was my life. My kids was my life. Yeah.
So that's a tough thing, raising two boys at 18.
Yes.
How did you make it through?
Just worked all the time, and the good Lord above. Just worked. That's it. Yeah.
Just hustling.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, cool. And eventually, did you all live in Oceana then, or was it?
No, we lived in Mingo County when they was young.
Gotcha.
When they was young. We moved to Oceana like 82, which neither one of them had started school yet. So, they both started school in Oceana and graduated in Oceana.
Gotcha. Were y'all pretty close growing up, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we done everything together.
What all did you used to do?
Play football, go fishing, ginsenging, hunting, pretty much everything.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of posts about Wes, and because you see these headlines pop up,
right?
And unfortunately, we have a stigma in West Virginia of, when you hear about someone suffering from addiction, there's a lot of people who are very judgmental, unfortunately, and there's some empathetic people out there,
right,
but they're not really vocal,
right,
too often.
Yes.
So let's kind of address that first. Wes did have an addiction issue.
He did have a problem with drugs. Yes, he did.
So when did that start to develop?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. Probably maybe 3 to 4 years before he went missing. But he did have addiction with some drugs, And he always worked, though. I mean, he was a good dad. He always worked. And as far as I know, he didn't go out and steal stuff off of people to get what he did. He worked and paid for it, which doesn't make it any different, but he did have a problem with some drugs,
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, it's like, actually, when he went missing, I thought he had quit drugs because he was taking Suboxone, which was buying it off the street. He didn't go to doctor. He was buying it off the street. And he'd be home every night around 9 o'clock and stuff, and not going anywhere doing anything. And the next thing I know, it was like he was missing. So, but I thought he had beat it, to be honest with you, but evidently not.
Yeah.
And he would tell me, Mom, because, we'd argue sometimes. I'd say, where's your niece? He'd say, Mom, I'm not doing what you think I'm doing. He said, so maybe he was selling it at the time. I don't know. But he said, I'm not doing as many drugs as you think I am. Then next thing I know, he was missing.
And he had how many kids? One kid.
Cody. He's
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. When he went missing, did you think he was going to Tennessee for?
No, me and him was going to Tennessee that weekend.
Gotcha. That's what
Cody
it
was going to be in. He was running track, and Wes and I was going to go watch Cody in the race.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody didn't even go himself afterwards.
Yeah.
He couldn't go.
Gotcha. And it's important to highlight the issues there because it came into play because eventually the news story basically said he was lost in a coal mine.
Yes, that's what they said.
Yeah. And it was mentioned that he may possibly have been in there stealing copper is what the news story said. Is that correct?
That is what they said. And
okay.
prior to that night, he might have been. I'm not going to say he was never in there stealing copper. It's possible he was. But that night, I really don't think he was. He had broke his hand. In October, he had surgery. He had pins sticking out of his hand. He had to wear this big sponge to even sleep. He took the pins out. They took the pins out, and it got infected. He couldn't do anything with his right hand, not even hold a cigarette because he smoked. He couldn't even, it looked like the Hulk 'cause it was so big and infected.
Mm.
And I've never cut copper, but if you cut anything, you need 2 hands to cut it. And actually, when I went to his car, all the knives was laying right there in the dashboard. There was all kinds of knives laying there, like not big knives, but knives like you would cut something with.
Mm-hmm.
His wallet was in the car. The people that was with him, his wallet was in the car. Her purse was in the car. Their cell phones. But Wes's cell phone was never found.
Gotcha. So the cell phone's gone too. Never
Yes.
been found since.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, talk. So, what kind of dad was he? Like, was it
He was a good dad.
Yeah,
was a good dad.
was.
Yeah.
really loved his kid?
Yes, Cody would come to our house and stay a lot, on weekends and stuff. And he lived with his mother, but he'd come to our house a lot. And yeah, he was a good dad.
Yeah. Well, very sorry we have to have this chat, but it's important. I want people to know, what Wes meant to you all,
Right.
and a lot of his friends too. I've seen online.
Right.
So let's kind of walk through when you first heard. So what happened that day? Like, did someone call you or?
I was at work, and actually, Robbie Lusk was his name. He used to be married to my niece. He had called me. Well, he sent me a message. He said, have you heard from Wes? I was like, no. Why? He said, he's missing. I said, what do you mean he's missing? He said, him and Gary and Mandy Pandy, that's what they call the girl, was over at the mines, inside the mines, and they said, Wes is missing. Said Gary and Mandy is in jail. So I immediately got off the phone, did what I needed at work, and called my boss and left. And of course, I checked the jail site to see if he was there, but he was not. And I went home and got Michael and got one of Wes's cousins because we didn't have a clue where the mines was. So it's obviously the cousin knew because he took us to the mines, but to come to find out, he took us to the wrong mines.
Mm-hmm.
So that made things look a little shaky to me. And of course, we was over blowing and looking and everything. And I think the sheriff's name was Wister White from Madison. I'm not really sure if that's his name or not.
Mm-hmm.
Here come the security guards over from the other mines, want to know what we was doing. And I told them that I was looking for my son. They took us back over to the guard shack, and we had to wait on the cop to get there. And I'm thinking it was Randall White. I'm not really sure, though. And he asked me what was I doing, and I told him. I said, I was looking for my son. Feel free to check my car, check anything you want. I was looking for my son. I have nothing in here. It doesn't belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then they called, I guess, the mine team or whoever, and we met with them. It was either the next day or the day after for them to come up with a plan to go search the mines.
And so mine rescue team?
Yes.
Okay. And what mine did you go to at first?
It was actually right side by side. It was 2 different mines. but it was basically just two different entries.
Okay.
And he took us to the one where they never went in.
Gotcha. Okay. And the one ultimately that he was said to be in was
The Dakota Pit Mine.
Dakota Pit Mine.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was right outside Oceana, outside
No,
of
it's-
Copperston.
Right before you get into BIM, I think the sign's BIM before you get to that mines.
Oh, so it's near
in
Boone
County.
County.
Yes,
County.
the
Okay.
mine's
Near
in
Boone
Boone
County.
County. Yes.
Gotcha. And that's important because Oceana's in Wyoming and then Boone County. So
Yes.
it's about, would you say 30 minutes away from
Basically,
Oceana?
yeah.
Probably 30.
Okay. Got it. All right. So you all go there. They talk about a mine rescue team going in. Did a team eventually arrive while you
Yes,
were there? So
they-
you weren't leaving.
Oh, no.
No.
we
You were
didn't.
just there
Yeah.
until
Yes.
you,
They
okay.
brought the team in and stuff, and they all sit around a table and talked. Of course, they had us in another room. We couldn't hear them, and they said they was going to go into the mines. They went over there, and didn't seem like 30 minutes. They was gone, and they come back and said they didn't find anything.
Okay. What size is this mine? So, like, I know some of them
It's
have
pretty
been.
big.
Is it pretty big?
I can't remember how long it was open, but it was open a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a pretty big mines.
And y'all said Wes was working. Was he an underground miner?
Yes.
Okay, so he knew how to navigate
Yes.
mines.
We worked at Paycar 58 in McDowell County together.
Oh,
He
okay.
went missing.
Okay, gotcha. So, and there have been cases in the past where people have disappeared in the mines. There's actually one where 3 people made it out
Yeah.
after being in the mine for such a long period of time. But, it's important to note to people that highly dangerous to do this. Never do it.
Yeah.
In a lot of the older mines, the oxygen level is so low that you literally can just black out.
Right.
So that's kind of what you're under the assumption of that has that happened, but only they came out and they couldn't find him. So then what are you left to do after that?
I don't know. Just try to find out myself what happened. And I went on so many leads. People's told me stuff. I searched everything somebody told me to search. I searched. We drug ponds up Grainy. They said they threw me in a pond up Grainy. My nephew got this big hook from the fire department. We went and drug all these ponds. Couldn't find him. They said they put him in another man's grave. And I went. And
Who say just random people? I mean, we
Yeah.
won't
Just
say any
random
names,
people.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
And Super Fox said that he couldn't search another man's grave without they went to court and stuff, But Cody's papa knew this guy. He was raised with him. And we went to him. Sorry.
You're fine.
And he gave us the paper saying that we could search that grave. But as Super Fox did help us do that. But we didn't find anything.
I'm sorry. Where was that grave?
It was up Grainy.
Okay. And where is Grainy in relative to Oceana? How far?
Copperston.
Okay, it's in Copperston.
Yeah, you go toward Copperston. It's about halfway up.
Okay. Oh man. So what year was that?
Oh, just a couple years ago, actually. So maybe 21.
Actually, the grave we checked the following spring.
But
I'm
this
pretty
phone
sure.
sprang up something. Yeah.
So it was a 19 when
Mhm.
we searched the grave.
So did it quickly become apparent to you that he may possibly not be in there? Or how long after did you start hearing initial?
Oh, within very true.
Oh, it was right after?
Yeah.
The cops never notified me. From November to February, cops didn't do anything. To me, it didn't seem like they was doing anything. I had to go to Madison to report him missing. And I was sitting there reporting missing. I don't want to sound mean, but actually the officer was rude. He had a dip of snuff. He kept spitting in the trash can. Then he'd ask me a question. Spit in the trash can, ask me a question. I thought that was very unprofessional.
Hmm.
Then in February of 2019, Trooper Fox called me. Everyone said they was getting multiple calls saying that Wes was murdered. And the prosecuting attorney, I guess, had them to call me. And they started an investigation.
Oh, okay. So people were calling him
Yes,
because of the investigation. Okay. Okay. And with small towns, I mean, obviously, it's hard to cover stuff up.
Oh,
But also, it's hard to I don't know, it's hard to publicize. It's weird because people start talking, and sometimes you got to filter through the lies and the truth, and then it's just a lot of mess.
Yes. And I think that's why a lot of times they didn't go talk to people, because they was on drugs. Most people was on drugs, but I don't think all those people's lying. I think the truth lies somewhere in all this stuff that I've heard.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine that's very frustrating.
It is very frustrating.
Because you're sitting there and you still don't know an answer, but you're just wanting to know, like, can someone please just fess up or something to let me bury my son? And you can't even do that.
Exactly. We can't. Yeah.
And there's been talks of, potential bad drug deals.
Yes, I've heard that.
And certain things. There's been, surveillance footage.
Yes, they have.
Of, potential suspects. Some questioned, some not questioned. There's still a lot of unanswered questions.
There's a lot of unanswered questions.
How has it been for you to cope with this? Like, how do you handle each day?
Without God, I probably couldn't handle it every day, because it was crazy. When it first happened, I went and bought a gun. I thought once about shooting myself. I mean, it's hard to deal with them.
Mm.
And plus I bought a gun because I didn't know really what happened, who was going to come to my door knocking. Because I'd heard that people had him killed because he robbed them with drugs. So I didn't know and it's hard every day. It don't get no easier.
No.
You miss him and you're scared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Yeah. He's got a son. How do I know that? Yeah. They want to do something to his son. I mean, people was just, you don't know, because it just seemed like nothing was done, what they done to him. Now his son's out there, then the stuff I've heard, to me, is believable, but I can't get nobody to check it out.
Yeah, you can't really get that firm evidence of, like, here it is.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've had phone calls.
Oh, yeah. I've had phone calls.
Of people explaining things.
Yes, explain what they done to him in detail and people they saw and stuff, but none of it's been followed up on.
Sure. Oh, how hard. You're still in the same place?
No, I did move.
Okay.
Because I got married last year and I moved to Grainy.
Well, congratulations on the marriage.
Thank you.
Wow. So, Michael, what was your day like that day?
It was bad. We looked everywhere. And I actually went in that mines that my cousin took us over to, but we never found anything.
Yeah. And you were mentioning, like, it was implied to you that the mine was left open.
Yes.
So you could enter the mine.
Yeah, once we actually found out where they were actually going, me and another guy went in there, took a spotter. Hell, they was 19.2% oxygen, probably a mile and a half deep in that mines.
Which is crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It has to be some way air's getting in there, because this shouldn't have been that kind of air.
Yeah, it was closed.
Yes.
And usually, what is it, under 10% at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it drops down really low.
So what was the environment like when you walked in there? Did you see any footprints, or what are you looking for?
You could tell people was in there, and we did see stuff where copper was skin out. I mean, they took everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crappy in some spots. The mines wasn't ideal for anybody to be in, really. But I thought my brother was in there, so it didn't bother me.
How far would you say you went?
Probably 2 miles, I'd say.
2 miles?
I'd say.
Wow. So is it like in sections, like 10 foot here, 10 foot? Like, how is it mined?
It was probably 110 foot centers, probably. Every break, 110 foot. Of course, there was a lot of rock spot fell. It was bad, really. Probably shouldn't have been in there, but it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times mine rescue teams and it's great that they offer to do this, but at the same time, the families get frustrated because they say, well, they didn't look long enough.
Yeah.
But when you introduce oxygen in a lot of these environments, stuff starts cracking and deteriorating, and you got to be protective of the teams.
Right.
So there's been both situations. There was one that happened, and actually this family's coming in with Clay Epperly in Keystone. And that family went through something similar, but I think they searched for a couple days and just couldn't find anything. And but I don't think, you went 2 miles back in there. Did you go far enough to where copper hadn't been touched yet?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So you pretty much, odds are you saw everywhere that has been stolen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is copper in a mine? Like, what does it look like? Where is it?
There's thousands of feet. I mean, cables, there was old cables laying there, minor cables size of a baseball, a lot of copper.
Yeah.
And then that mine actually had trolley wire, which is just a solid copper wire that went all the way through, which all that was gone.
Okay. And then you got to eventually where there was some left,
Yes.
like it hadn't been. Okay. So breaking that down, it's like, well, I seen everywhere that has been stolen, and he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I was told one story that he was in a water hole in there, and I never found a water hole.
it was just all dry.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple knee-deep water holes, but they act like this was 20 foot of water, and they tied him to the bottom of it and everything. But I never found anything like that.
Okay. I want to reiterate, people, don't go in these mines. Do not steal the copper in these mines.
Yeah, it's not smart.
Yeah, not at all. Just reiterating that. But at the same time, so was the theory that someone killed him and took him in there, or that he...
They sound like to me they was trying to say he got lost in there.
They make it sound like he got lost at first.
Yes.
Got it.
And then we started hearing all the rumors.
Yes.
Okay. Was one of the rumors that they took him in there and killed him? Or
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we heard
was
that
one
too.
of-
Said they give him a hot shot
Mhm.
and drug him in the mines and then
Yeah.
finished him off when he got in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of them.
So a hot shot, would that be like heroin or something?
I guess.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which the guy that was with him, he sat at my table the night before they left, and they left over Thanksgiving dinner. Gary Gibson, which he was called, he was put in jail for being in the mines. He had, he was sick. He pulled his hat off and stuff, and he said he had a headache, and I gave him a Tylenol. I went to jail to see him when Wes went missing. He had a big knot on his head, and I asked him what happened, and he told me he hit a roof boat. I said, no, you didn't. A roof boat will make you bleed. I've seen Mike and Wes's head both when they got hit with the roof boat. Wes had this thing of headbutting somebody if he fit. He about went to jail once because he broke this guy's nose with his head. He headbutted him.
Oh, really?
So I figured he was probably headbutted Gary. That's what I thought, that he headbutted Gary.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it happened there or where. And the girls with him act like she was going to talk to Fox, because at one point she said that Gary killed him. But she never would actually go talk to Trooper Fox. He tried to get her to come in, and she never would go to it. She kept saying she was going to, but she wouldn't go to it.
Gotcha. And to clarify, the headbutting is speculation. That's what you think.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what we
thinking.
think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, that's what I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I told him that when I went to see him in jail. And he
Sure.
said, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
I said, because a roof boat will cut you. It won't just be a red knot. It'll cut you.
Yeah.
That's
Now-
just me.
Those two swore, did they give, I don't know, it wouldn't have been under oath, I guess, but did they write in a police report, did they say they took him in there?
They said he was with them when he was in the mines. That's all they said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have to say, really, that Gary had to know that Michael would go look for him. He had to know. I mean, they all grew up together.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
Wes and Gary were best
Yeah.
friends.
Gary had to know that Michael will not just took that as an answer and went, okay. He had to know that.
Sure.
So that makes me believe that he was nowhere near that mine that night.
Yeah. Was you, did y'all take up for each other growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, you wasn't going to jump on my brother,
yeah.
even if he did start it, which he did most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know how, which my brother, he's like 6 years older than me, but I know how protective he is of me. Like he's very hair trigger with people when I was little.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and he wasn't like that. That was easygoing until
Right, exactly.
Yes.
there was a threat.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know how that goes. How did you what year was that you went in? Was that pretty close after?
Right after he
Right
went
after
missing. Yeah.
Okay.
That very same
It was
day.
Christmas
Oh,
that
wow.
night.
But the actual spot that they said he was in was Christmas night.
Okay. So that happens. What did you start to ask questions, or kind of were you just in limbo?
Yeah, I was lost.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was in there, but I still had to go look to see if he was. But I don't know. Just don't make no sense.
Yeah. What was the last update? Was the last update when y'all checked the grave? Or
Oh no!
that
After that, we checked it. I mean, seemed like I'm constantly hearing stuff. Even before we came up here, we heard something. This guy said the same story. If they tied him in the water in the mines, and we told him, because we have a $10,000 reward, and he's like, "Well, the reward said you can be anonymous. Well, it can be anonymous, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to give you $10,000. You have to talk to Trooper Fox just to know that you're telling the truth, and then you can get the $10,000 if we find Wesley."
right. Okay. Is there a reward still?
Yes, there
Yes.
is still a reward for
Okay.
$10,000.
Gotcha. And then they can remain anonymous.
Yes, they
correct?
can
Yes.
remain anonymous. And I also spoke to Trooper Fox this week, and he said if there's someone out there, even if they was involved in him missing, if they're willing to tell the truth and show him where his body is, he will offer them immunity. I spoke with him before I even came up here on, I think it was Tuesday, I spoke with him, and he said he would give them immunity if they would come and just tell the truth. And plus, they'd get the $10,000.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So if someone's listening that you can provide evidence and we can find Wes, sounds like that there is an immunity offer on the table potentially. So let's just get this resolved.
Yes.
And two, this isn't a first for Oceana. There's been like suspicious activity, people murdered in the past.
Yes.
Over drug issues
Yes.
or different things. So, it's just because Oceana is a small place doesn't mean that something like this couldn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens a lot, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And people, go missing and, like I remember there was a murder there where someone was in a pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Chester Osborne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's there's a lot of activity, but also there's a lot of great people in Oceana.
Yes, there
There
is.
is.
There is.
There's a documentary that came out called Oceana.
Right. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it.
Well, it's very frustrating.
Right. I've never seen it.
Because you don't hear about the hundreds of people going to work every day, trying to raise their
Right.
families.
Yes.
And, I think a lot of that piles up. And when stuff like this happens, it unfortunately gives us a stigma to just say, well,
Exactly.
kind of,
It is
he got
Oceana.
he got what he deserved. I mean,
Yes.
there's no easy way to say
Yes.
it. And
Yeah.
and I think that is so devastating.
I do too.
Yeah.
That you would say that about any human being. It's like he still has a mother, a brother, a child.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say that about anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and if where there's smoke, there's fire, you wouldn't hear so much stuff.
Exactly.
If there wasn't something
Exactly. There's something.
to it,
Yes.
we just aren't sure what that is.
And in the video, the last time I seen him, he left my house, but that night about 10:30, 11, he was pumping gas at the Exxon station or Sunoco, whatever it was then.
Sunoco.
And that's when I seen him. Then I seen another person getting in his car, but he was never questioned. Then later that night, Gary, the one that went to jail, he was in the store, looked like he was buying bread and something. They parked on the other side where you couldn't see who else was in the car. But when they come by the cameras, it actually looked like Wes was sitting in the seat dead in the car.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't see it plain, but that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
And that was like at 2:30 or 3 in the morning, the same night.
Okay.
It was 251.
Okay. And what other evidence is there? Is that the main evidence of like a potential suspect or potentially seeing Wes, or are there other things? Like, I know you've received a phone call.
Yes, I received the phone call.
Yeah, which
Yes.
is very detailed.
Yes.
That's what we'll say about that.
Yes.
But it was third party information.
Yes, it was.
Someone who, so and so told me this.
Yes. They supposedly seen the video themselves.
Said they seen the video. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And
Yes.
this has been given to the police.
Yes, it has been given to the police. I took it straight to him.
Okay. All right. That's important for people to know that, because I've listened to it and there's a strong conviction
Right.
with the person. Now, granted, you can't always go by that, but what I'm looking at is, why would this person do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
Why?
what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know. And maybe it's been looked into and it hasn't been relayed. Who
Right.
knows? I always give investigators benefit of the doubt, because there's a lot of things they can't talk about,
Right.
and because they don't want to taint the case and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But you like to believe that everyone's in it for the same goal.
Yes. You
Yeah.
would like to think that, yes.
Yeah. But you being a mom, you have to understand, like, you have no closure.
No, none.
Yeah.
None. And someone did have his phone, because they sent me text messages on it after he was missing. So someone had his phone. And when
Hold on. You got text messages after?
after he was
went
missing
missing,
in
yeah.
December, someone had his phone, was sending me messages. And when I first got a message, I was like, Wes, is this you? Where you at? I'll come and get you. And they kept, I don't remember what they're saying, because they deleted their messages. And I told him that you should be ashamed of yourself. I said, he has a 14-year-old son. And this is his mother you're talking about. And I did say, don't forget about karma. They erased every message. And I took it to Trooper Fox and showed him where you could tell I was talking to someone, and someone had erased their messages. So someone had his phone.
Yeah.
You didn't screenshot it quick enough before they?
No.
And that was when?
I was, maybe,
December.
yeah, December. And he went missing in November. Yes.
I guess they tried to ping the phone and see if it
Yes.
was okay. And they didn't.
No.
Nothing came up.
No.
Okay.
Well, they said they was going to check his records and stuff, but he had told me, Trooper Fox told me that they was backed up. AT&T was backed up, so they couldn't get the information.
Okay. Gotcha. And so everyone knows, I did reach out to Trooper Fox. He got back with me and said that he can't comment on ongoing investigation, and gave me a number to reach out for Charleston to see what can be released, which obviously not much in an open case, but he did thank me for bringing you on and
Right.
making awareness for this case. So I'm a big law enforcement fan. I always just lean on, like, of course they want to solve this case.
Right.
So that's why we're here. We're trying to figure this out. So life
That's why I wanted
now.
to make sure the offer was still on the table about giving somebody immunity.
Yeah.
When I spoke to him the other day, I wanted to make sure before I came here that we could still say that. And he said, yes, he would give somebody immunity if they would come forward.
There you go. So Trooper Fox told Joann immunity's on the table again. If anyone knows anything, feel free to email me at creepalachia@gmail.com. But mainly call the state police.
Right.
They will get you in touch with who you need to get in touch with. I'll actually bring up the information on the screen here in a second, so we can give them the correct info. Where's the $10,000 reward coming from? Is it
It's from me.
okay? So that's from you.
Yes.
That you are okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. When did you start? When did you offer that? Was it early on?
No, early on we had $1,500. Then it went up to $3,500. Then I sold my place, so I offered $10,000 reward.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, how many?
I also received a text message that someone said that this other person was cussing someone else out. Supposedly he was a known drug dealer. And at the end of the text message, he's like, Mark West as an example. The message I received, you know. It was
Right.
from a third party, though, that they had screenshotted someone else's phone.
Okay. So it was implying that this was after he was gone.
Yes.
Mhm.
So saying, look at what happened to Wes
Yes.
type thing.
Saying he marked Wes as an example. He was cussing someone out in the text. He was talking to someone else that someone had done him dirty. Supposedly he was a drug dealer. And he told him, don't forget about karma. And then at the end of it, he said, Mark West as an example.
Gotcha. Okay. Which is a very odd thing to say.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And of course, you know, we talked about it beforehand, like we're not going to mention names, and
Right.
a lot of this is speculation, but at the same time, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
And
Exactly.
that's what we're trying to do is to spark someone's mind. Maybe you're out there and you thought, maybe you saw Wes that day and you didn't realize that. I mean, it has been 7 years, but at the same
Right.
time,
Yes.
you never know. But yeah, I do have on here a $10,000 reward is being offered by the family for information that leads to an arrest or a conviction and the exact location of Wes. You can remain anonymous. If you know anything, this family is still waiting to bring Wes home. His mother will be coming on the show. Welcome
Thank you.
in September. Please call. You okay for
Yes.
me to say your number? Okay. Please call his mother at 304-923-1174 or his brother at 304-890-4996. Wes was 38 at the time, brown hair, green eyes, 5'7". Yeah, he was a lot shorter than you.
Mhm.
145 pounds, last seen in the Oceana area on November 25th, 2018. He never came home. So life now. You met a new love in your life, though.
I did. He was God sent. That's what I say. He had to be God sent.
So what? Is it okay if I talk about where y'all met? I mean, I like to hear
Oh, well,
love stories.
Wes used to work with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wes used to work with him. I mean, we've known each other forever. You know, we've all lived in the same town forever. He was Michael's coach at one time or
Yeah.
another when he was young. You know, his wife passed away almost 4 years ago that he was married to, and
Oh,
we just run into each other at the grocery store, and we always spoke if we saw each other. You know, and just started talking, and next thing you know, we got married.
well, look at that. Did you have like a whole official ceremony or what did you?
Yes, we did. We had a church
Okay.
wedding. Yes. And not a big
Nice.
church wedding, you know, just family. Well, we thought it was just going to be family. It was standing room only.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Yes.
I've gotten so many messages of people just talking about how much they love you and how much they love talking to you. And,
Thank you.
you know, just talking about your personality, and people really are hoping that we break
Right.
something here.
Yes.
So, you know, but what do? Did he say, you want to go to Red Lobster? I mean, that was my
No,
go-to.
We did go out to eat. I don't know where, but we did go to eat. I don't remember, but we did go to eat.
Well, cool.
But he used to own a restaurant. I used to own a restaurant, so we both cook. So that's not a good thing for your weight.
You owned a restaurant?
A long time ago.
Where?
Mingo County, Taylorville. Place named Taylor. It used to be called Joe's Diner.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So how long did you do that for?
Not for a long time because it was a very difficult time in my life. It's the person I was married to, so
Sure.
I closed it down and went back to school.
Gotcha. Yeah, hey, we all have our stuff. But well, I'm glad to see you still moving forward,
I have
even
to.
though it's still stagnant.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I still drive sometimes and look in the creek. You can't help yourself. You can't. And if you see something, you turn and go back and look. You can't, even though it's been 7 years ago, you can't help yourself as a mother. You can't help yourself. Yeah. You just can't. I mean,
So you'll go by a place on the road and you'll say,
Yes.
I wonder if he's over there.
and I'll turn and go back and look. If somebody says, today's today, if somebody tells me today, go look here, I'm going to look.
Yeah.
I've booked so many places. We've climbed so many mountains. You don't believe.
Really?
It's like, yes, because they said go, we went. Even though most of them, you probably know they're lying to you. But as a mother, you have to go look. You have to. I mean,
That's the thing is like, someone has lied. And how insane is that?
Yes.
Crazy.
You know, like it's not all the truth.
Right.
But that's what you was talking about, how you got to kind of filter through it and figure out what the truth is. It's somewhere in between. But I can't even fathom just,
Right.
you know, I mean, you got to think there's some mental health issues or something that they wouldn't do that on purpose. Like, let's go send her this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just crazy.
And the person I seen get in his car that night, you know, was like, he actually went to Georgia and married this girl, and the girl that he married was actually Wes's girlfriend. She helped take care of him when he broke his arm. But after Wes went missing, she married him and moved to Georgia with him, supposedly.
Gotcha. Well, so Michael, are you still a coal miner?
No.
Out of the business?
Yeah, I haven't done it since he went missing.
Oh, really? What's been each day for you?
Some days are worse than others. Just depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
It's bad some days. But I've got 4 kids, so that helps a lot.
I hear someone's an athlete.
Oh, yeah.
My kids are all athletes.
I heard there's one that's like, or maybe there's two.
Cadence Blackburn.
Katie's going to Concord.
Yeah,
my daughter.
Katie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basketball?
Basketball, yeah.
She still holds the record, boys and girls.
Yeah.
She had 43 points and 11 threes in one night.
Wow.
Yes.
She can shoot. She can play.
How do you do like I was watching my daughter play volleyball yesterday. I'm like, how did she get good at this? Like, I haven't done much.
Right.
Does she? And I just think, well, maybe, you know, she just cares about it that much, and it's really cool to watch her. You know?
She loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it. Always got a ball in her hand.
I think that's who I heard about. When did she start playing ball?
God.
November 14th, the first game at Concord.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's in college this year.
She went, yeah.
She's going to be in front row, foam finger, all the things.
Hopefully.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, she's probably started playing when she was 4. We tried the cheerleading thing, but she just wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, that's my kid too. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Now, she likes doing the TikTok dances and all that stuff, but
yeah, I think all these kids like doing that now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hold out hope. I think, you know, it ain't over till it's over, and I think it just takes one lead out there.
Yes.
One phone call, or maybe, you know, if an investigator is listening, knock on this one door.
Yes, please.
Or you know what I mean? We'll just keep it going and hope for the best, and there's still time.
Yes, I hope there is.
These things get solved. Some of them decades after. So you just
it does.
Got to hang on to it.
Yeah.
All right. So to review everybody, a light overview. So Wes disappeared in November of 2018. He was thought at first to be in a coal mine, which was close to Bem, West Virginia. It was, you know, after a mine rescue team went in, come to find out they didn't find anything. Michael and we got approval to talk about this beforehand. He doesn't care to mention it. And I don't think anyone's going to get too butthurt about him going in looking for his brother. But Michael went in, estimated around 2 miles in the mine, could not find anything, you know, went past beyond where the copper had disappeared and been stolen to where there was new copper. So best bet is he probably wasn't in there.
Right.
But it was mentioned by the 2 people that were there with him.
Yes.
That he was in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only he was never found. There have been several things said to you. There's been phone calls. There's been text messages that lead to foul play.
Yes.
There's been caught on surveillance, you know, people at 3 a.m, 2:51 a.m. You said, at a Sunoco station in Oceana, where you believe that Wes was in there and you're not sure if he was alive.
Right. The picture looks like he is dead, laying in the front seat with his head leaned back.
Right. To you, that's what it looks like.
Yes.
So other things you've heard, like there's a long recording which we won't play, but you've given to the investigators.
Yes, I gave it to them.
That implies, third party information saying that, describing in pretty good detail.
Yes, said that they cut him up. That's what she said. Said they cut him up, and she seen the persons in the video, and they had blood up to their elbows, basically. Yes.
So she said she saw a video.
She saw the video. She could tell it was Wes's forehead by looking at it. That's what she said.
She said.
Okay.
She sounded pretty convincing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. So, other than that, y'all checked a grave site. He wasn't there.
No, he wasn't.
Had to get a warrant for that, which they obtained.
It wasn't a warrant. It was just a permission.
Oh, permission.
Father.
Yeah.
So you went and got the permission, and
I went and got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Golly, this is just so sad. But we will keep Wes's memory alive. That's all we can do.
Yes, we will.
For now.
Yes.
Until we can hopefully seek justice.
Yes.
And figure out the truth of what happened. What would you like to say about your son for people who just look at a headline and write it off?
Well, I want to say one thing. He was my son. He was a good dad. He was a good son. He was a good brother. I mean, he did have a problem with the drugs a few times, but he still wasn't no monster, mean person, He loved life. He loved working, he loved Michael, all the kids, grandkids and stuff, his son. He loved everybody, his family. He loves family. He loves being around family. And he had a heart of gold. I mean, he might fight you today and fix your flat tomorrow. I mean, he was that type of person.
I've needed both at certain times.
He was that type of person. He had a real good heart, and he just got on drugs a few times, where that one time, and it's just lost himself, I guess, But he was still a good person, even though he was on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
But he is a good person.
Yeah. Well, and a majority of addicts, no one's going to tell me any different. They're functional, good people.
Yes.
That have slipped into a darkness.
Right.
And it's hard to get out of.
Yes. It could happen to us.
Sure.
People think it can't happen to them, but it could happen to any of us.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't quit caffeine.
Oh, me
so
either.
I imagine, you know what I mean? Like,
I still smoke cigarettes, and I'm like, I shouldn't, but
sure. Yeah. Now, thankfully, it ain't as detrimental, but at the same time, it's a mentality.
Eventually, it's going to catch up with us.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're saying out there, oh, that's what he gets. Well, please block the show and don't listen to us anymore, because that's not how life should be, and that's not how we should approach these situations. A life is a life is a life.
Exactly, it is.
And this is one that meant a lot to a lot of people. So,
yes, it did.
What about you, Michael? What would you like to say about your brother?
Oh God, he was awesome. We done, like I said, I miss doing. I haven't bow hunted in years because of that. Used to go with him all the time. Haven't been ginsenging since he went missing. Just a lot of stuff I used to love to do with him, but just can't do it anymore. Can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah,
I'd like to, but it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
I miss him every day.
I'm sorry, y'all. Ginsenging. So walk me through that. How does that work?
It's tough. Some of these mountains are pretty steep.
Yeah,
but it's probably the most beautiful plant in the woods, I'd say.
Where do you find it at?
God, everywhere.
And they use it. It's like for medical purposes. You turn in and you dry it out and then weigh it. Is that how it works?
I think it's up about $600-700 a pound dry.
Oh wow! Are you going to get at Morels, the Molly Moochers? Can you find those? No,
I've found a few, but not like some of these people. Some of these people, they go out and they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah. They come out and they pour out a bucket. And I'm like, I haven't saw one ever.
Yeah.
We looked at your tune, didn't find any either.
Yeah. I can't. It's just one of those things. Like, I'll eat them. I can't find them. But if you want to give some to me, I'll definitely eat them. All right, y'all. Well, I think we did the gist of what we're needing to do. Again, there's a $10,000 reward that Joann is going to put up, and there is immunity conversation willing to be had on the table with the investigator.
Yes.
Still an open investigation. If you know anything about Wes Blackburn and his disappearance, please let's end this for this family. And shout out to Concord. They got a good basketball player. Is she starting?
I hope.
That's why. Oh, that's why you got the hat on.
She better.
Okay. When you're watching a game, I'm sorry, I got to stick on this. When you're watching a game and she's broke 40 points, are you in the stands?
Yeah.
Are you sitting there like, huh?
No, we're all going crazy.
I mean, yeah.
We're all going,
It's like she couldn't miss.
yeah,
And
that
it's
night
not
it was
that
like
she shot a lot. She just didn't miss.
Right.
I think she shot about 13 threes and made 11.
That's nuts. Man. Well, cool. Well, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for
what you're
having us.
doing.
Yeah, hey,
Thank
you
you.
know, I'm just listening to awesome people like yourself and hitting record. It's literally all I'm doing, but
Right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. And everyone else out there, be sure to like this video if you haven't. Subscribe to Creepalachia on YouTube. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, take a minute and leave a review. That'll really help the show be found. Rest in peace to Wes. And if out there, if you know anything, please email the show, call 911. I don't care what you got to do. Tell somebody of law enforcement that you know how to solve this case for this family. And everyone else, above all else, always remember, long live Appalachia.